Considering they say you have to wish them happy Mother's Day. Okay. Step it up.
This does not count as Happy Mother's Day.
Good afternoon. Thank you. It is my pleasure to welcome you this afternoon. My name is Linda McCrae. I'm one of the pastors here at Central Christian Church. So maybe we should just start with a big old cheer for Brian and Claudia. How about that? Congratulations on your 50 years of matrimony, almost, and our best wishes for many, many more. So welcome to all of you. I'm not sure if you saw on the publicity, but we call this series Concerts with a Cause. We are very grateful to the Grants for sponsoring this particular concert, and we're looking forward to the music. But we also, in each of these concerts, support a nonprofit organization, and we are going to hear in just a minute about the Society of St. Andrew, which is the cause for this concert. And I just want to say that if you would like to make a donation, it will go 100% to the cause, and you may do that in one of the, there's two places in the back of the sanctuary where you can leave a check. There's also a card that has a QR code if you want to give online that way. Is that about right? Okay. All right. Well, I will hand it off to Dawn Barnes, who will speak about the Society of St. Andrew.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you all this afternoon. I'm Dawn Barnes. I'm the Indiana Regional Director for Society of St. Andrew, and I'm here with my colleague, Ann Rodkey, my one and only colleague. We are a two-woman show here in Indiana. Society of St. Andrew is a nonprofit. We are a national organization, and the Indiana office opened in 2018, and we work with farmers to glean their excess produce, and we donate that to local hunger relief organizations. So raise your hand if you know what gleaning is. Not cleaning, but gleaning with a G. Okay, this is an abnormal crowd because most people don't know what gleaning is. So we work with farmers and farmer markets and produce agencies throughout the state, and we collect produce that is perfectly edible and fine, and ensure that it does not go to waste, and it goes to those who are food insecure. here in Indiana, pre-pandemic, we had a 13% food insecurity rate. And of course, that shot up to over 24% throughout the pandemic, and the numbers are still quite high in 2022. And as we look towards the SNAP benefits that will end at the end of this month, we look for that rise to go back up as well. So we are in a food insecure state, and part of what we do at Society of St. Andrew is ensure that food that would go to waste on farms or at farmers markets or other produce agencies, that food does not go to waste and instead goes on to the plate of those who need it the most. So we appreciate the grants who have supported Society of St. Andrew, and appreciate this concert and your donations towards that. You are also welcome to come and glean with us this season. We are currently already starting to glean the farmers markets, and as we enter into July, the fields will be ready to glean. Lots of corn and tomatoes and all kinds of good produce will be out there. So you're more than welcome to glean, and we'll be out in the foyer there afterwards to talk with you. If you have any questions, you can take a card and sign up to volunteer. That would be great. So I'm going to pass off to Brian, who has a few words that he would like to share.
Brian has very few words. Thank you to Dawn, both for helping put things together here today, for the friendship. Thank you to the Society of St. Andrews for doing stuff that's worth doing and needs doing. Thank you to Kent Cook, who has been wonderful at organizing this event and is a really gracious man. Beyond that, enjoy the music. We plan to, and look forward to the chance to hear.
My name is Kent Cook, and Roger Rowe and I started this series about 8 years ago, and it's really nice that we're coming back. This is our first concert in the last couple years. When Claudia and I were talking about this, she said, I heard these amazing guitarists several years ago, and I want them. So we worked, and we got Daniel Duarte and Peter Yankovic to come on Mother's Day. Also, Happy Mother's Day, I forgot to mention that. But so they teach on the faculty at the IU Jacobs School of Music, and I don't need to talk much more. I just want you to listen to them, enjoy today's concert.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here with us and for the invitation. It's a pleasure for us to play for you today. This first piece we just performed is written by Jorge Cardoso. He's an Argentinian composer, and the title of the piece is Milonga. Milonga is a very common dance in the south of Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. It's from the region, and it's actually the rhythm that originated tango. So the famous tangos that we all know, they come from this earlier version, the Milonga. This piece was actually written for 2 guitars. We're gonna play next a piece, another duet that was originally written by Brazilian composer Paulo Bellinati. And this piece is Bom Partido. It's another dance from Brazil. It's called Bom Partido. That's the title. It's a very percussive type of rhythm that mixes jazz with African rhythms as well. So it's very interesting work by Paulo Bellinati. I hope you enjoy. So we're gonna stay in Brazil right now, and you're gonna play another Brazilian composer. His name is Hermeto Pascoal. Hermeto Pascoal is like a legend in the jazz world, but he writes in all styles, really. He won several Grammys. His music has been featured in movies as well. He's known for making sounds with anything. So he writes for, forks and spoons and walls and whatever comes his way. In this piece is called São Jorge, so it's Saint George. Saint George. There are two parts for this. He's first imitating Saint George himself, and then the second part is Saint George's horse. So you're gonna see clearly where they are in this piece. So by Hermeto Pascoal, Saint George. And so this piece was originally written for flutes, piano, bass, and guitar. So this is a different arrangement. And now we're going to play another arrangement as well that I wrote for us. That one I wrote because Peter is actually saint of choice is Saint George. So I wrote after he told me that. And then this one, we kind of bring back every spring because it's a piece about different plants. So there's this composer, his name is Donato. He was one of the leaders of the Bossa Nova movements in Brazil as well. And he wrote several pieces. One is about the banana tree. The other one is about the passion fruit tree. So since it's spring now, we'll play a plant-based piece of music. Yeah, for the vegetarians around here and vegans. Yes, so this one is, the arrangement goes through all different pieces of music that he wrote. And yeah, so João Donato, I call this arrangement Donato's Garden for a reason. So the next piece we're going to be playing is also from Brazil. So one of the project we're doing right now, we're actually recording an album, me and Petar now. I'm originally from Brazil, and Petar is originally from Serbia. And we met here at IU at the Jacobs School of Music. And for many years we played all sorts of repertoire. And then we said, why don't we record an album with music from each of our countries? So we're recording Brazilian music and music, Latin American music, and music from Eastern Europe as well. And from this first half of our sets, we played mostly Latin American music, and the next one is also from there. It's a piece called Bate Coxa, which is a Brazilian dance as well. And later we're gonna play some, Eastern European music, and some music that mixes both at the same time that were written for us. So, Bate Coxa, another Brazilian dance. That guitar is a little too heavy, so I'll switch to a smaller one. So when you look at this, you probably think this is a ukulele, but it's not. So this is a Portuguese guitar from the 16th century. It's called the cavaquinho, and that's where the ukulele comes from, actually. So the Portuguese, when they went to Hawaii, it's one of the largest Portuguese communities outside of Portugal in Hawaii, and they brought these instruments with them because it's so easy to travel with that. You know, you put it in your bag, you're good to go. And step by step, that became the ukulele that we know nowadays. And this piece was written by an Argentinian composer. It's called Havana Suite. So he went to Cuba, fell in love with the place, and he wrote this piece when he went back home. It's originally written for flute and guitar, and I play flute as well. But during the pandemic, we started playing this on these instruments because we could not play flutes in certain places. So, and then we just kept it, so it's easier to carry as well. And yeah, so we're gonna hear a piece called Havana Suite.
So we are moving to the Eastern Europe, Southeastern Europe to be more specific. I'm from Serbia, which is a little bit north of Greece. So it belongs to that Mediterranean part of Europe. As Daniel was saying, we are combining different styles from both areas. So we're going to be playing several works that are coming from that area. The first one is going to be a typical dance that comes out of the southern Serbia. It's called Kalajisko Oro. In translation, it's just type of a dance. Oro is a dance. And the way people dance there, they actually dance in circles. So they, like you have in Ireland, you have a line dancing where they're all in line. Over there, they form a huge circle, and then they have a very elaborate steps. Like in Ireland, you would have this very elaborate and virtuosic steps. So this oro, this dance, would be played at the weddings and other occasions for dancing, and it will go forever. We're just gonna have a little bit like 5 minutes version of it, but that can go for a lot of time because it has a lot of variations to dancing, and musicians would be looping that the entire time for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's very intensive dance. So we'll start with that Kalajisko Oro. What we also did for this new album, we asked some composers to write music for us, specifically write for us. And we asked a couple of them, and one that we're going to be playing today is from Serbia. But we gave them the task to combine Brazilian and Balkan music and use those both musical styles, rhythms, and everything, and compose a new piece. Now, in this dance that I just introduced and we just played, a very typical thing for that dance is it has an odd rhythm. It's 11/16, so it's not evenly divided music. So that's very specific to southern and eastern Balkan areas. So the composer, who is from Bosnia, Vojislav Ivanovic, he wrote a piece where he would combine different samba and a little bit bossa rhythms with Balkan rhythms. So it's kind of broken samba. And then there are some modal structures there, melodical, that evoke the Balkan music into Brazilian harmonies and everything. So he really tried to fuse these two elements. And he called it Petrovo Oro. Also gave it a dance in the title. And he wrote that very recently. So this is one of the first performances we are doing on that piece. Thank you. And for the end, we are going to play a piece by Vojislav Ivanović, the same composer, wrote a piece, Balkan Express. If you read Agatha Christie books, you know about Orient Express, the train that was going. And so there is a similar version of that same train in Balkan area. It's called Balkan Express. It's actual train. It goes from Sarajevo and then ends in Thessaloniki in Greece. So he wrote a piece, and the way he wrote it, he has a little bit themes from each station, like Sarajevo, Belgrade. It goes through Macedonia and then ends up in the Greece. So from each area, he picked up a little themes, traditional songs and dances, and he put that in a single, in the single piece. And again, the rhythm is 11/8. The entire time he has that odd rhythm which fits nicely the train. And we are gonna be playing that travel piece.
Thank you.